Hey everyone, thank you for taking the time to watch this video on the use of Active 911, the new response verification system that BES will be utilizing. This system will not only be used for tracking your responses to the station for calls, but it will also take the place of our text paging system, so it'll alert you for calls. We will be using it for mapping to calls and some other features that we'll get into. I hope you find this helpful. If you still have questions afterwards, obviously feel free to email me. I'm happy to help you. So the first thing you're going to do to get set up is you're going to go to the Play Store. If you have an iPhone, BlackBerry, or some other device, obviously you'd go to your store wherever you download your apps from. Obviously mine's already downloaded, but you would search up in the top here for Active 911. Find it in the list, download it, and open it. When you open it, you're going to be brought to a screen that looks like this, and it will ask you for a device code. If you have not emailed me to get a device code, please do so before watching this video so you can activate your system and then follow along. After you enter your device code, your connection to Active 911, directly below the device code field there should say connected. That lets you know you're connected to the system. There's a bunch of different settings here that you can go through and set as you prefer. If I hit advanced settings here, there's some more settings that you can set depending on how you'd like your phone to behave. I do want to point out on the bottom here, it says scanner radio on alert. That will open a scanner app so you can actually listen to Boulder County Fire as you're coming to the station to keep updated on what's going on. Under this Boulder Emergency Squad section here, this is how your phone will behave when you receive a call. I do want to point out a few points in this section here. If you look at duty status and you go to on duty means that you are available for calls, you're in service, you're ready to go, and your phone will alert as normal. If you look below that, it says off duty. Off duty is exactly what it sounds like. Maybe you're not available for calls that night. If you hit that, your phone will not alert you to any calls. Obviously, if you're on duty, we encourage you to hit that on duty button. This does not take the place of the policy of BES and the Boulder County Regional Communications Center, which requires us to wear voice pagers. It's just another way to be alerted for calls in addition to that. If you look at ringtone, when you install the app, it will automatically put all these different alerts in your phone, and there's several. You can also use the stock ringtones that your phone already comes with when you get it from the store, or you can use one of these. I use that house tones button, and I'll show you what that sounds like a little bit later. Page groups. These page groups allow us to message certain groups within the squad. So obviously if you're an officer, you're a UAS member, you're a wildland firefighter, obviously we'll be adding more as we implement this system, but we can alert just the officers, for example, to a call that's going on. The BES 1, 2, or 3 up above are specific to CAD. So those are actually the units, so to speak, that the CAD system assigns a call to, and that's how we're toned. Everybody on this system will be assigned to the page groups BES 1, 2, and 3, and you will not be able to change those. Active 911 assignment looks pretty self-explanatory. We will give you that assignment based on your status within the squad right now. The one I do want to point out to you is duty officer. So anybody that has this app can open it and go into the personnel tab, which I'll show you how to do here in a moment, and you can see who the duty officer is for that day. Also, chat notification. I'm not sure why these are duplicated so much, but they're all the same. Chat notification we'll get into here in a little bit. So after you get your settings the way that you want them, you are ready to receive calls. So this triangle up here that I pushed is where your alerts will list. So as you get calls, they will there's my brother, sorry about that, they will list in this window here. So I'm going to go ahead and send myself a call now so you can see what that looks like when it comes in. So you can see it made that tone that I set in my settings menu under the ringtones. This dialog box popped up. It told me the type of call, the address, the units, and then the key details under the notes field there. This is very similar. It's the same information that we're getting from our text messages now. It's just inside the system as opposed to a text message. So if you look at these buttons here, it says station, scene, available, unavailable, and clear. So just like we're using FireQ now, if you're responding to the scene, if you're responding to the station from home or wherever you may be, you'll hit that station button. If maybe you're an officer or you're in a QRV or in an apparatus and you're going directly to the scene, you can hit scene. If you're not available at the moment to respond on the call, but maybe you're going to be available in an hour, or maybe you're available for a second call, you can hit that available button. If you are completely unavailable, you're at work, you have a commitment you can't get out of, you'll hit that unavailable button and we'll know that you're not available during that time. And then clear, if you do respond to the scene, whether you're an officer or you're in an apparatus and you are clear of that scene, you'll hit clear. So when this pops up on my phone for a call, I'll hit this more info button and it brings up this screen and it's just a little bit more information. This 839 Gold Run Road, if I hit that, it'll bring up a map. And it might be a little hard to see, but it routes me on the right side of the screen there based on Google Maps up to where the call is. And they map the call using the address and the lat long from the CAD system that's populated in automatically. We can zoom in wherever we want and use it just like a regular Google map. If we go to refresh route, it's kind of hard to demonstrate here obviously, but if you take a wrong turn or if there's a detour and you have to go around it, whatever the case may be, if you hit that refresh route while you're driving, it'll automatically give you a new set of directions. The map layers here, just like Google Maps, you can choose if you want normal, if you want a satellite with the street overlay or just the street overlay, and if you want your responders or locations on your map as well. And we'll get into mapping here in a little bit. And then if you'd like a list of directions, you just hit that directions button and it'll give you the list. Again, you see your station, scene, available, unavailable, and clear buttons there. If you didn't hit them in the previous window, you can hit them there. This responses, since I just sent this call to myself and nobody else, obviously there's no responders listed here, but as people receive the calls and they hit one of the corresponding buttons up here in this row, it will list everybody in that screen there, so you can see where everybody's going or where they're coming from. The report, not really too critical, but we can, for maybe an officer or something, you can see who did what with that call. And then the details, pretty self-explanatory, what the call is, when it was received, where it came from, the units, and then the CAD number and the notes that the dispatcher put into the CAD before they toned it out. This external links, if you hit that, it'll bring you to Google Maps and will actually give you turn-by-turn directions just like a normal Google map will to that call. So that's basically what you would do when you receive a call, and you can play around with that. If you want me to send you some test calls, I can do that, and it'll allow you to play around with that a little bit. The next tab at the top of the screen is the Personnel tab. So this will list everybody in the system, thanks to all these folks on here now that are helping us to test it and make sure it's something that we want to move forward with. So we have all of our apparatus in here. There's that duty officer field there. So anybody can pull this up and see that I'm currently the duty officer. And then the rest of your assignments. So the officers there, the rescuers, and then unassigned is the dispatch computer because it is a device on the system. This chat option here, you can chat with everyone on the squad. The downside of the chat feature is if the active 911 app is open, you will be alerted through an audible tone that you're receiving a message. However, if the app is not open and you're doing something else in your phone, you will not receive that. So that is one downfall. The mapping on this system is really cool, and it's something that we're excited to be utilizing here moving forward. So you can see I'm making this video from the station, so it shows me at the station right now. If I zoom out, I don't think anybody else has their app open right now, but whoever had their app open, you would be able to see their little bubbles along the map. This is helpful because when you receive a call, you will pop up on the map and we can actually watch you drive from wherever you are to the station, or if you're an officer or a diver or somebody that may be going to the scene, we can watch you drive from wherever you are to the scene. This does not give an estimated time of arrival like FireQ does. However, we are able to see more reliably than with FireQ where you are in relation to the station and whether or not we should wait for you. Or once an officer does get on scene or an apparatus gets on scene, we can see exactly where that call is located. Something else I want to try to point out, although we haven't really got it to work too well yet, are the map points. And if any pop up here. So basically what we're able to do with the map is we are able to go into the administrative portal and place layers on our maps. Fire departments use that for hydrant locations or maybe hazardous buildings or whatever the case may be. We have used it just for testing with our second alarm creek catch points. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're popping up for some reason. We haven't really been able to get that feature to work too well. But if we were working a second alarm creek call, we would be able to pull this map up and look at each plot on the map based on the latitude and longitude that we got when we put that plan together, and then click on that particular plot and get information. So is it a catch point? Is it an observation point? Where can we park? Whose district is it in? Etc. So that can help our officers plan, plan a little bit better. So if we hit our three buttons up here at the top and we hit create alert, not everybody will be able to create an alert. The reason for that is we're trying to minimize the number of stand down messages that are sent. As you know, with FireQ, everybody sends a stand down message, and it can get a little annoying sometimes. So we're only going to give the create alert feature to certain people. But if we go in here, we can create test messages to send to whoever we want. We hit non-emergency, more information if we need it. And then these are those page groups that we were talking about. So if we want to send send a message, I cannot talk today, to the UAS team for a UAS mission that we don't want to alert the entire squad for, we would hit that. If we want to alert the officers to maybe a sensitive call, or maybe we need an officer to call the sheriff's office to receive information on a mission, whatever, we can hit that button. There's plenty of different uses for that. Another feature or reason we would be using this is to send our stand down messages. Now, unfortunately, there's not a stand down button like there is on FireQ right now, but we can simply come into the title and just type in stand down. Then we'd hit everyone, we'd hit send, and that would alert everybody the way it alerted me earlier when I sent that test call. except it would say stand down and I can turn around and go back home. So that's basically the operation and the setup of Active 911. Like I said, we are here, the test team is here to help you if you have any questions or issues, and we look forward to utilizing this system in the future. Thank you again for your time. Have a good day.